I said perfect balance, third class. I don't know, see, I talk to the this represents. Good over evil, me tell them, see a life over death.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. What me say about the thing now is, me say we've been socialized in this way of thinking, right? That is a life for a life, right? Somebody over your community kill somebody over my community, it means that me have to come back and kill somebody over your community. And it keep on going like that. In a war, the same thing. Some disagreement happen because there was a war in the past and my family they dead from this war now. That means that we're constantly at war. You understand? What may I say is that we have other ways of resolving differences. And a full time as human beings, we can look into finding different ways of resolving differences, my lord, outside of war. Because we see, as we said earlier, war have no winner. War has no winner. Nobody no win in a war.
Yeah, war is depend on who lose the most. Who lose the most is the loser. Yeah, I say go. It's not who win the most, it's who lose the who are the most losses.
Suffer the most losses.
Yeah, man. I say go.
Yeah. Yeah, must have a winner, right?
Yeah.
Must have a winner.
So the winner is the winner is who lose less. But
Right.
that I say is still lost.
It's a loss.
Yeah,
It's still a loss.
Still a loss.
Isn't
But
it?
that's
Yeah,
how
but
they
not-
measure it.
not-
Though. That's
not-
how they measure it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know that.
Yeah.
We know that. You know.
Yeah.
But greetings everyone. And welcome to another episode of the Perfect Balance Third Class, a place where conscious-minded and like-minded individuals are guided towards the realization of their full potential through collective reasoning. We have with us today Okavango, the Rebel Guru. We have with us Bingi. And I'm yours truly, Ras Dada. Yes, sir. What go on, my lads?
Yeah, give
Yeah, man,
thanks.
give thanks for
I
life.
think up full give thanks to the movement, man. Give thanks to the thing. On the journey to 1K, we haven't really mentioned it a lot for the past couple of recordings, but I think that we have reached halfway now. We've passed the 500 subscriber mark, and we're on our way to the 1,000. So let's double our efforts or redouble our efforts.
Give thanks.
Give thanks to every subscriber, man. Everybody who click
Yes,
that
sir.
button.
Give
Give
thanks.
thanks to
Yes,
everyone
sir.
who click a like. Give thanks
Mhm.
to everyone who share.
Here.
You know what I mean? It's most
Yes, sir.
appreciated. I mean,
Yes,
and
sir.
continue to like, continue to share, and continue
And
to
continue
subscribe.
to comment.
And leave your comment,
Yeah.
leave your thoughts.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
That is
give
it.
thanks, man. And, you know, I hope that as we go through this reasoning, the item can find some value points and issues that we bring forward to the item that can help to better the item life. Because ultimately the purpose of this trad class is to see better human beings.
Go on, Bingy.
Yeah. So that still is a like that what you are talking about. I know exactly that's I know exactly when the period of time you're speaking about when the people revolt, right? And they
No,
kill
so it
people in the
wasn't-
street.
It wasn't really the people, you know. It wasn't the people. So after World War One finished, right? You know, say France was the first country that got conquered. First big country where Germany took over.
Yeah, right.
Right? So right through World War One, they were under occupation. They went and so their freedom was the Free France movement. The Free France movement, which was in the French colonies all over the world.
Okay.
Because the French colonies led the Free France movement, right? So some Senegalese soldier left from Senegal to free France, and after World War II, they required, they were protesting for equal pay as the other Frenchman other people who helped to free France, because and when they start protest, the French army, which is the white part of the French army, turn guns on them. No, this happened in Senegal, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
This happened in Senegal, yeah. In Senegal, this happened, you know.
But
French soldiers, they down there. So them turn guns on them, and it was a massacre, man. Look it up, man.
yeah,
turn
but
guns on them.
it didn't only happen there too, the French turn the guns on the Algerians too, in
Yes, I
Algeria.
heard about that
But they turn it on the people, Was
Yeah.
the people
I heard about the one in Algeria too.
Down all the people in
I
Algeria.
heard about the one in Algeria.
Yeah.
So now Faye is demanding. He's telling them to leave. He's telling the French army to leave Senegal because he said that you couldn't have a sovereign nation with an army
What?
in your country. And I always think that is madness. A sovereign country have a army post of another country in them country. That this cannot be a sovereign country.
Well,
A lot of African country have that.
Not just African countries, a lot of countries.
a lot of countries.
Yeah, but we are talking about African country. We're not using about a country them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The country them where have anything about them, man. Them not no army post not them country. You can't go find a army post in a China for another country or in a Russia or even in a England. You know what I mean? Even France itself, they're not about them country, man.
Yeah.
We don't say have police not Japan. You know, say Japan have.
Yeah, because Japan has been conquered.
Japan been bombed to smithereens.
Yeah.
After that bomb, that was it for Japan. Them was out the game.
Yeah, man.
The military, everything.
Japan become the 51st state of America after that.
A one-shot deal on them, yeah.
Same thing with Germany. But yeah, back to the Senegal thing. So Faye is telling the army to leave, and also in Chad, the president also tell them to leave. So there's a protest in Chad right now for France to leave. So it's like it's a movement going on
Throughout
throughout West and Central Africa right now to
and
get
Central
France.
Africa, yeah.
Yeah, man, because France has been a plague in West and North Africa, man. A plague.
A plague.
And sometimes we talk about like in colonial powers and it. But for some reason France get like, you know what I mean? Because the British was so big, and you know what I mean, then nowadays we have America and and China. Like France get behind under the carpet. I talk about them, but one of the biggest wall down, like people that keep down Africa are France.
Mm-hmm.
France have them foot in a West and Central Africa.
They have right now they have the most capital gain out of Africa as well. The most capital gain. Yeah.
I was reading that thing one time, and they said like France have the largest border in the world. And like when you hear me say, oh that France is, you know what I mean, like a country in Europe. You know what I mean? So they be like, you see the amount of territory where France have all over the world?
True.
May them have the longest border. Because even after colonization, for the little island them where they capture, them not give them back up,
No. Or they still control half of the island, like Martinique.
Like Martinique, like Saint Martin.
Saint Martin, yeah. Yeah, so they control portion and half of the island here. But the French, they've been a real plague, man, a real plague.
Even in Madagascar, the highland, Madagascar is a highland, but it's another smaller highland.
Yeah,
it's like an archipelago, and they don't want to hand over the highland to Madagascar. And the government of Madagascar still say the highland is France, it's part of France. Thousands of miles from France, right beside Madagascar.
Years after colonialism.
Years after.
But the French want to give up, and you had to force them out,
No superpower don't want to give up nothing, brother.
Yeah, but you can't just say you want them out. You have to force them out, and you know why? This I know if the item side this week the British Minister of Defense came out and said that if Britain was to fight a war like Ukraine is fighting in Russia right now, they'll be done in 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
3 days, man.
He giving it that much because of the depth of the army. They don't want with depth. So he'll be like, we'll be done.
3 months kind of long still.
So imagine that.
3 months kind of long.
Yeah, it's long.
Ukraine is a massive piece of land, man. And that's what one of the thing with the Russian them are facing, It's a
No, but
massive piece of
they
land.
going on the point, not that it's massive, but they have a military might in the sense of weaponry, right? They access to
Yeah.
weaponry because think
Yeah.
about this, when you're a small country, think about when you had the support of weaponry. That alone make a difference, So when
Yeah.
the other side kill 100, you kill 1,000.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
thing with Ukraine, Ukraine it is attached to other countries,
Yeah,
And the
So it's
support.
absolutely.
easy to get weapons across the border,
Yeah.
England is a island. It's a island.
Yeah. But it
So
wouldn't be unsupported.
no, it
wouldn't be
wouldn't be
supported.
unsupported, but yeah,
No,
still
it's
allowed
like the
because
point.
then
It'll be
our
supported.
ship have a carried come
Yeah.
and you know
They'll
what I
be
mean,
well
ship
supported.
easily
But the
targeted.
point is, their military will be wiped out. Like literally, and they support. How long you think it support will stay?
No, the amount of ship because as you say, you have the thing them now, the siege drone them now, what them are use now, So when you are trying to support a country through a ship, that is not the route again, You will try to find another way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You'll
mean,
be up on the
with
water.
Ukraine it's easier because it's land. They can hide and go across the land. You know what I mean?
But
Undetected. But
even when them with the technology of drones and things, the ships and them have defense system to detect all kind of stuff within certain radius still.
yeah.
Right? All kind of sonar that they use to detect incoming threats, as they call them. So
But
I
because
mean, advanced ships. I still think they have a defense system.
no, but it say
Yes, drones and stuff like that.
Remember
Yeah.
being gay. In a Ukraine, the Ukraine almost destroy the Russian fleet in the Black Sea,
Yeah.
Them have to run go hide it, to hide the fleet, because the Ukraine have the drone them, the steel drone them,
Right.
I think all of them shit them, them biggest, most mightiest
War
Carriers
vessels.
and
man,
Yeah.
carriers everything them, I think them because with some little cheap drone. You know what I mean? So I actually said no, like the sea is no longer safe with drones because the rebels in Yemen, when they call them the Houthis, also have some of them drone there and a sing ship. So no Israel ship can pass through the Suez Canal. Once you have any Israel attachment to you, the Houthis are sink it,
Oh, they try. They try.
Or hold it for ransom.
They try to, because remember, right now, even though they are saying that them waters patrol heavily by U.S. tankers and other coalition tankers right now,
Yeah.
So even though they might be successful here and there, that water heavily patrolled. So even if they have drones.
But the thing is, them not risk the goods are coming through it.
Well,
because it's a possibility, say, you're going to lose the goods, so them prefer go around.
Even with the security.
Even with security. Because, I mean, you still don't want a drone attack on your ship. You know what I mean? Because it's more valuable. It costs less to go around than if you try it and lose it.
But you see, what with all of them things are still fire to me, right? Because I kind of look on things different most of the times, like, oh, people just look on things and see things. You see me? Like, when I look at all them things, you see, with all of them things, if we think like even as a capitalist, right? All of them things are carrying a dollar value to it. You see me? More billions and dollars to deal with them things. You see me? I say, and the solution to a lot of the problems, right? The amount of money it costs for wage a war between two nations, right? To find an amicable solution, it costs less, brother. But yet still the money them just because of this idea of power, them would have rather for wage war, brother. To destroy life. And when we say life, we don't just talk human life, we talk animal, we talk communal, we talk every kind of, every sense of life you can think of. Because when a war fighting, brother, like you talk about World War I and they look back on even World War II, brother. When these wars fight are finishing, brother, the whole world have to go through a rebuilding, brother. You see me? The whole entire world have to go through a rebuilding, brother.
Well, we must say them real wars still, you know. And then a tribal war still, a tribal war them call real war still, you know. So you have to be careful we call it real war because what them war they never fight, I know, all the really fight. And in Europe, so a tribal war, you know what I mean? Them a fight. I fight them a tribal war and call it world war.
The reason why them call it world war because them drawing other people in it.
Well, people left from other places go help them still and whatever, but I really a tribal war still.
I feel them struggles, man.
Yeah.
But what happens is them drawing other people, you know, in the struggle. Like you know, say you have the allies then.
Yeah.
You understand? So them drawing other people.
Even the allies, they matter about. I them see him one.
I still tribal.
I see him tribe for them.
I see him tribal people.
It's true. It's true.
The allies were Canada, America.
Look, when even Senegal, like you talked about a while ago, we have Senegal, the kingdom left from to go fight.
Yeah, because at that time,
a different tribe that too.
We talk about Senegal was a colony of France.
Yeah,
at that time.
Yeah. So it's like they never really buy even choice. Why them go?
Yeah, but no, because them selling me promise of come help us fight the war and we are going to
free. And get French citizenship and all these things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or even some was even we're going to get your independent country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that means enough people going on.
Yeah.
Because them get the promise of an independent country,
that
you know.
Promise,
because
yes.
India go help England for the promise of an independent country. You know what I mean? Couple country they go help because for the promise of an independent country, and then when the war done, they want to say, "Why don't say?"
Well,
unfortunately,
things do happen.
Yeah, because remember yesterday, may I read about Vietnam?
Mm-hmm.
The Vietnamese also get the promise to you know.
See it.
And then now after World War, France has said, "Boy, you know, say no,
you can't go work.
Yeah,
can't go work."
And Vietnam beat them to shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then America come jumping at the war, see and
yeah, and they was told not to get in the war, you know.
Yeah.
They was told, you know. Listen, that same France tell them do not go into the war, you know. And they still went into the war.
You see how them we're ready for them now. Hypocritical. Yeah. Them are the one we are saying no.
Freedom.
Colonization, you know,
freedom.
France, you know, a fight, you know, for keep
going.
Them as a colony, you know, and them go help France, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Them go help France, you know. And this guy say, Ho Chi Minh is a communist.
He's a communist,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Under the guys and kill so millions of Vietnamese because they must say Ho Chi Minh is a communist.
But anywhere on the earth they go, they're gonna label men radically. Any country. It don't matter. If you look at Gaddafi, for example,
all the Vietnamese want is to control their whole country and run it the way they want.
Yeah,
which is their right.
Them do the way they want right now.
Which is their right. Is their right.
And you have killed millions of them.
To prevent that.
To keep them colonized, by the way, because you're helping France, so you have to be helping them to colonize the country. Yeah? So let's topic this about war.
Games is game.
War is a terrible thing, man.
I say go.
War is a terrible thing, and not just even on the large scale to be because them use the same strategy to divide even the communities, brother. Because when you look at you see communities that say them at war. Yeah. It's the community that said them at war, brother.
You see a while ago about why the war go on, you know. But when war go on, you know, people make money, you know.
Yeah, man. The people them make money.
You have 5 American company, you know, where them say almost 75% of the arms, you know, in the world.
In the world, and them provide it.
Them are provided, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
American, with Lockheed Martin.
Yeah,
Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, you know. See them stocks go up, you know, since war started in Ukraine, you know.
They always benefit.
So big money to gain, you know.
Yeah, man, we know this.
If you notice that anywhere one look war there, America get involved in it, you know. Because where there is war, there is money to be made.
Yeah, man, opportunity exists, man.
There is money to be made.
That would never change.
No.
Yeah.
No, humanity has not reached to that level of understanding that we will see that then. Human beings don't know the being part of themselves. The human part of themselves, which is more animalistic, is what you see. You don't see
but
the
the last
totality,
thing-
the full potential of a man then. Not in this time, or we could go back as well. So man hasn't reached his potential for us to see that. So
Yeah.
like while we say we shouldn't have that, it's not that, you know, how right now man will be moving progressively to lessen what you think his atrocities were, right? Or have been
Right.
in the past. But instead
Right.
it increasing, you know. They
Yeah.
want them killing more people, right? At a time than it was in the past. So man is in a degraded state of mind. Only until he comes out of that, we'll always have wars. And within I tradition in the flesh, we don't see it. We're not gonna see it. We're not gonna see it because mankind, humanity is immature. Humanity itself is immature. We won't see it.
And that
So,
you talk about like war we are going like our community and like in Jamaica, Trinidad, then was a big war going them places.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
community against community war.
Yeah.
And right round I was speak about this earlier. But all them war they know it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Money,
same thing.
money
Yeah.
is being made
Yeah,
from those
man.
wars, you know.
Yes,
because
man.
every gun in Trinidad, you know, every gun in Mexico, you know, every gun in El Salvador, you know, was
Coming from
bought, you know.
somewhere.
It
Yeah,
was
man.
bought.
Coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
man.
it was bought.
But yeah, it
It
had to
was
be,
bought.
right?
Somebody buy it. You
Yeah.
understand? Somebody buy it before it reaches us.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, it was
Definitely.
bought. So there's money to be made from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But what
The
we are
crime
saying
in
is
Trinidad, crime in Jamaica, crime in Mexico.
Africa.
Yeah.
But what me I say for you is this. Me I said, right? We have intelligence. See, we have intelligence. So yeah, I said to me, said we can. I remember saying, King Emmanuel saying that history and prophecy, you know, right? That means that history play a very, 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 very important part, you know, my lord, to our progress, you know. Seeing, you tell me, say you have in the military, you know, you have people who study every single war or fight in the world already, you know, my lord. When they are training in the military, for them training, you know, them study every war or fight in the world already, brother. Seeing? And know the strategies what the people them using, like which strategies were successful, which strategies weren't successful, why they weren't successful, how them could have them study these things, bro. You see me? So I say the same energy when you go take for study these things, right? First of all, we see say no, there's no winners in a war, brother. Ultimately, there's no winners in our war, brother, because even if the side will win, come out with losses, brother. So once you come out with losses, you're not a winner. See?
Yeah.
So there's no winners in a war. So you tell me, so the time and effort you take for study war, bro, you can't take that same time and effort and study the things where they cause these problems and find solutions to these problems. We can't do that and we can still make money.
But
out of those things, my
that
lord.
is not the purpose of studying one, Ras.
Yeah.
Just taking it back from when you say we have intelligence, right? And you did this. No, that is intellect. The human structure is intelligence, right? This is intellect. So intellect is only working towards your purpose. Understanding intelligence, it is when
Intellect is
man
intelligence.
becomes he's living in his full potential. When he discovered this whole structure is intelligence, not this. The mind is intellect. It is
Right.
different. And we must we must discern that, because people think that intelligence, they are man intelligent. No, he's educated, so he has intellect.
Right.
All of this existence here, that
Is intelligence.
living is intelligence. It's a
Yeah,
big
man.
difference, and we
Yes,
must
man. Big
understand that.
difference.
Yeah,
Yes,
big
sir.
difference.
Yes, sir. Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for real. For
Yeah.
real.
But even to that, what you're saying, the purpose of studying war is to wage war.
Right.
Man ain't
But when I
studying
said
war to avert war. They study war to
wage war.
wage
Right.
How can we
But-
win
but-
this war? How
Yeah,
can we
but when I
conquer
said-
this place? Yeah, man.
But the
So-
point I make still, you know, is that the time we are going to take, say, you are going to study war.
But
For the
it don't
purpose
happen.
of waging war. We could have studied other things, brother.
It's not gonna happen.
Them
Yeah.
now going because they love war.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
not
war,
gonna
bad
happen.
monger.
man.
Yeah.
Remember say you have Harvey University, you know. where the
Yes,
best of
man.
the best war minds go, you know.
Yes,
Our
man.
But
people
Yes,
learn
man.
but in
survival.
Yes,
human
man.
nature, think about this. Even in what we call feudalistic states, for example, right? We going back to the continent, for example. Africans built armies, right? Think about this. We were building armies to defend territories as well. So it shows you an intrinsic part of human nature where there's
man.
this thing in them that they want to conquer or rule other people.
And sometimes, you know, I just say a human nature, but a human nature is also to defend what them have to. Because
Yeah.
as men, there is a inborn thing to defend your family.
Mhm.
And first is your family, your woman, your children, and then it's your community.
Community,
You know what I
right.
mean? Because you don't want, and it's from anything at all. It could be from a animal or
Whatever it
humans.
is.
Could be any
If you want to
whatever.
present a danger or risk.
Whatever prevent a danger. So I guess a war really steer from, but then it becomes something else. Where man does a fight for greed. You know what I mean? We have everything, we know hungry, everybody all right. But you know what? Maybe me not have to rare again. So let me go conquer over this one, enslave all them money.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying though, if we look at even our ancestors, African ancestors, for example, they only create armies for defense. They created armies to conquer as well.
Conquest as well.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm saying it's a human condition then. The condition of wanting to conquer or rule other
But
people.
the next thing what we have to pray to, Bingy, is that, even though we might look on it and say these armies were created with the purpose of conquest, sometimes I just the leaders of the army have that vision,
But
and
I know
through them
that
in a
matters.
position that them can
But-
call
but-
the
but
shots.
But that is all
but
that
that-
matters.
the problem
You
is that,
have no say around the table when generals are making this decision. You was in that position. Once you join up, you know you're going to be told what to do.
What to do, right?
You know
Yeah.
that already.
But a lot of people in the military, in terms of the decision when they make, I don't think per se they might be per se in favor of it, but because of them training and when them say them might do, they must say them have to do it because these are the orders and them have to follow the orders. You see me? So that's at the point of me really I bring part to say, even though these countries and these military and them did that deal with conquest and all of these things, I say a lot of times it wasn't that the nation state was in favor of that, but more so that particular leader had that vision.
But that's how it
power to
always
implement
works,
that.
Doras, because the leader is someone who put in forth ideas, yeah, to be implemented, and people are agreeing with that. So
But that's why I said not necessarily them are agreed. Sometimes them just go with it because that's the orders and them not have a choice in their mind.
right.
So
Right.
that's the point I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying they have, once you join up, that is the order.
Once you join
So
the army, that's
the opportunity cost.
That is the order, though. That is the order. You can't say no.
Once you join, you already agree.
Yeah,
you agree.
Yeah, you agree.
But then no, we talk about things like, for example, even reason about this now, we talk about once you go in and once you join. When we look even at America's history in terms of war and stuff, and when they were implementing like the draft and stuff like that, and then we see a person like Muhammad Ali, right? Who you are a black man in this time where it's almost like you don't have a say and everybody around you is going and you are the only person who goes stand up and say, listen, you know what, as I say, once I join this thing, then I am in solidarity with it. So I'm saying, no, I am not in solidarity with that. I'm not standing in favor of that. I am against that. And it doesn't matter what the cost is. What am I going to lose? It doesn't matter, right? I am going to stand on my principle and do what I believe is right based off of my principle. No, this is where we see that those type of people, because when you look at, and I don't believe that Muhammad Ali was the only person to have done something like that at the time.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think he was the only, but because of his notoriety, people are aware of his story. So I'm saying that these are the kind of things what we want to see in people We want to say things in our people where when you see the wrong thing, brother, you don't feel ashamed to stand up and say, no, we're not
Or
support the
pressured.
wrong thing,
Or
brother.
even pressured.
But that's when you come into understanding of yourself and realize now that you don't need 100 behind you. You only need you. That's when you come to that realization. So now I don't have to go with a common voice because I know what I defended. So that's when you reach that realization is when you're living towards your human potential, your full human potential. So that's why these people become in the forefront then, because they have realized themselves, roots, to a point that you haven't realized yourself. So now they're gonna influence you. That's why influence comes, right? Because somebody now has realized their potential to a certain level, and they influence you because you haven't realized your full potential. So I think human nature, how we are developed, is what keeps us back, right? And somebody might be listening and say, everybody can't think the same way. No, we're not talking about thinking the same way. We are talking about understanding the oneness or the universality of everything that happens around us and how it affects us.
But mainly, when you say something like that, it's like you said, everyone cannot think the same way. But if we look around in the world, brother, the whole system I try to program everyone enough to think the same way, brother.
There's a problem with that.
That's programming, right? So we know there's programming, but yet you and I have a discussion about what is happening, even though we live in the system. So because we now, so think about it, you still have this thing called intellect that you can use with your intelligence to decipher what is happening, because you and I say, hey, we resist that. And there are many who are saying we resist that as well. So they're using the intellect. So I don't think that we understand it's programming, but we still think differently. For instance, and I think that's just processing, right? How we process information, right? So we think differently based on how we process information. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Since we are on war, I want to bring up another happening going on. You see what's going on in Syria, Bingy?
Oh yeah,
yeah, we did talk about it earlier.
Yeah. See what's going on in Syria?
Yeah, with the fighting, the
rebels.
The rebels just
so
take over
the news said the rebels have surrounded Damascus, which is the capital. They already overthrown what's his name? Assad? Assad army in Apollo?
Yeah.
Apollo, and now they are surrounded Damascus. So that's because what I'm just saying that I'm not saying not to geography things still. But what I'm just saying is Assad, who is the president of Syria, in control like 60% of the country. The other percent is divided among different people. So I think some rebels control a percentage, America control a percentage, and somebody else control a percentage. Who else? Turkey is also there, and all of them have a stake in the country and want different things in the country, right? But what happened is the president Assad is defended by Russia and Iran.
Heavily supported.
Heavily defended by Iran, because Russia have a military base there. They have a military base there on the coast, which is a strategic base. You know what I mean?
Russia. They don't want to lose that.
They don't want to lose that. They don't want to get rid of Assad, and the new president say Russia
you
have to
can't
leave.
have it here, so yeah.
Right. You understand? And Iran, Assad is all okay. I don't want to mix up my Muslims, but Assad is the same. What a Shia?
I think he is.
Because Iran is Shia, right?
Yeah.
So if Assad is Shia, then whatever, they're the same Muslim group. I don't want to mix it up. I don't want to mix up between Shia and Sunni. But Assad and
Iran is a Shia country.
Shia, okay, so Assad is also a Shia. Yeah. So that's why they're defending Assad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But to the a part of the country is also the Kurds. This is a whole heap, Okay, the Kurds is the largest group of people. I think the largest group of people on earth who is stateless. They don't have a state. They're
And that's
stateless.
everywhere you go.
Yeah, man, everywhere you go, you have that. But I
yeah,
think the Kurds is one of the maybe the largest group of people who is stateless. So the Kurds land stretches from into Syria, into Turkey, into Iran and Iraq.
Iraq as well, yeah.
So this is saying that Assad is what? Alawite or Alawite, however you pronounce that. So
Why Muslim?
Okay, so they are also a branch of the Shia Muslims.
Yeah, man, they're Shia, man. That's why Iran is there, man. They're Shia. And mind you, they are the minority in the country.
The Alawites are the third largest group in Syria after the Sunni and the Shia Muslims.
Yeah.
But they are still alive with the Shia.
Yeah, but I think the Shia overall, because they are a branch of the Shia, so the Shia, I think the Shia is also the minority in Syria. But what happened now, because Iran is has to be banned down fighting Israel or protecting themselves against Israel, and Russia is fighting Ukraine.
Yep, Ukraine.
To leave Assad open. So
Right.
because
Russia
is winning the war in is bound down, but they're also winning the war in Ukraine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, Iran has to be focusing on themselves, so it leave Assad open without protection.
No defense.
Enough protection. You know what I mean? Hezbollah too is also defending Syria.
Okay.
Right? So Hezbollah is also fighting Israel. So it leave Assad open. So all of a sudden these rebels gain this strength to attack and have this all this power. All this
Yeah, because now is the time. Because remember, your military strength is somewhere else.
Yeah, man, them basically on
but Bengi, we know that even with that, these rebels by themselves don't have the power to attack.
They
are heavily supported by America. Yes, man. Heavily supported by all the country who against whoever against
Syria.
Not Syria. Russia.
And Syria.
And Iran. No man, they don't really give a shit about Syria. I Syria them are destroy, When the war is happening in Syria,
Yeah, one.
You know what I mean?
I remember, TP also supporting the rebel.
So I was telling you about the Kurds. I was telling you about the Kurds.
Yeah.
The Kurds is a part of Turkey. So if the Kurds get a stronghold in Syria, that they're gonna have a base to can attack also Turkey. So Turkey can't afford for the Kurds to have no stronghold nowhere at all. So anyway, the Kurds is fighting for anything, Turkey is there.
Against them, they fight against them.
Kurds live there. Yeah. So anywhere Kurds are fighting for anything,
but
they will support that.
Because the rebels do have blitz on them while they're sleeping. They come in, bam, bam, week time, the people while they're
like it's a matter of time now, because even though Russia is trying to put, but they don't have the support because they are mostly focused on Ukraine. So one democracy is over, one is done.
Now is the time to make the move.
I was just reading the news that a plane carrying Assad disappeared. That's the latest.
It disappeared.
Yeah. So we don't know what's going on yet. Still later news. Maybe we don't know if him dead or him kind of hiding or whatever. But it seems like.
So what I say now, what we are going to do, we are going to continue living in this natural, as you would have said, then Bingi said natural. This is human nature, because intellect and intelligence should help you to rise above this core animalistic nature that we describe as human nature. You see what I say? So
that's again, Ras. For human beings to rise above that, it would take a massive catastrophe to happen, and it would take human beings to understand who they truly are then. right? So those are two massive undertakings because remember the way most people work is through association in the sense that when you're growing up, right, you're associated with this or that culturally. You might go to church, you might become whatever, you might go to the mosque, the temple. So you're being influenced as you go, right? As you're growing, right? But you're only influenced in a secular way, in the sense that you're not really inclusive of everything else because most people aren't. You're inclusive of what you know, but what you know is identity. They call it identity, right? So now you're passing down that for the generations, and this identity thing keeps you locked in. So you're not able to go beyond that because I is this, I is that. I am from here, I am from there, but you're missing out. What you're missing out on is there's so much more, right? But not only that, every human being on this earth really wants the same thing to the end of the day, In reality, all human beings wants to be comfortable, live in peace, have
Have an assurance
a
of
good life.
security.
I just call it
Full
want to survive.
security. People, human beings in general, they all want that same thing. But because of this thing called identity, you have lost yourself, right? Because now that's a limitation. Once you start identifying, you're limiting yourself, that's what it is. But you
Sorry.
have not realized that. So people have not realized that because they've been programmed, as we say, but they've been programmed naturally, It's natural, but it's also natural for us to use our intellect, right? To
And
see
intelligence.
beyond these things. That's why we would come and have these conversations because we could say, hey man, there's more. Even though you might see I as this, am I really that?
You
But
know that,
people
as I said, this,
labeling
it really bring now as well another effect of colonization, because this self-identity where we associate ourselves. Okay, we're Jamaican, we're Trinidadian, we're American, we're English, we're
that
Russian, we are
limitation.
Senegalese, we are
Yes.
Ghanaian, we're Nigerian, right? All of these are really identities that have been established as a result of colonization. And we know as people fight basically to hold on to these identities. You know, man, I say like we see the effect of it, brother.
Right.
We are look and we can see the effect of it. So man, I say at some point in time we have to really look beyond this animalistic core human nature and use intelligence and intellect, brother, to make sound choices that not only go benefit us in this moment, but go benefit our generations to come. Yes, sir.
So me always hear people use the word animalistic, animal, human behaving like animal. I mean, me never like them things there because animal not behave so. Animal not behave like that. Animal not get up and go fight the next animal just because.
Just
just because. I mean, them can't do it, or just because them
want what the other animal
want. I mean, no.
They show more order than human beings.
More.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we living in a time where we lost the certain reality roots, and we are lost because we have identity and ego, right? Ego to being able to let go, right? So ego and identity become these things that really keep us back. They keep us back because we don't want to let go and we want to say we is this and that. But in reality, life and with discrimination, right? Life itself doesn't discriminate, right? Because life is ever here. There's no opposite to life then, right? So if we understand these things, like people say, for example, life and death, right? So, and we say to you, but it have that, right? I'm gonna tell you, boy, but all my life I know this is life and death, so I don't care what you tell me. That's the ego, right? So the ego now, you're challenging something that a man might say to you based on your ego and not being able to let go of what you think you have known for the period of time you have lived, for example, right? A man will say, boy, 50 years I've been doing this the same way. But yeah, by telling you you're doing it the wrong way. So even to life and death, I say there's no thing as opposite to life. Right?
I just life.
It's just life. It have nothing
Just
for
life.
life and death. It have birth and death. Birth and death is what it has. But it has no life has no opposite. So
Life
so
or
when
life.
so when we start understanding these things, right, and we start accepting truths then, and when we say truths, we mean things that could be verified, right? Truths could always be verified in nature, always. Right? So when we start accepting those things, truths, things that are immutable and can be verified, then now we're starting to use our potential, our intellectual potential with our intelligence. I think that is where we have to reach. How we reach there, I don't think it is for the masses ever. I don't think it is designed for the masses ever. No. So that's why you always find a few men leaving what they call footprints on humanity. How they leave these footprints is through word song, right? Written or unwritten, right? So that war, humanity. No, this is how it all is going to be, Roots. This is
But
all
it doesn't have to
be.
be, Bengi.
Yeah.
That's the thing we are saying.
It,
It
it,
doesn't
ha-
have
it,
to
it
be.
has to be. Yeah. It has to be.
Because-
There's no if, There's no such thing as if. There only is. There's no if. There only is. It is happening. So we know because it is happening. It has to
That
be
is
that way.
true.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
happening.
Bingy, Okavango, Rastada, Yaga, Chuck Fender, the living fire represent to the fullest. See, perfect balance.